Hello, and welcome to our currently unnamed podcast. I'm
Currently
Nockles.
unnamed, yes.
I'm joined by Brisky, my co-host on Space Couch.
Hello
Brisky,
there.
how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Sir Kenneth?
I am doing splendid. So it's been a very interesting week for both of us, I would say. Just to really jump right into it, you know.
I'll say so, yeah.
I had to deactivate my Twitter for a few days because of an incident.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
involved
that
in
was
this.
that was wild.
Yeah. So
Uh,
we discovered together. I discovered and then brought you into it that Nazis are back. They're just a thing again.
Yeah, they're back.
Why? Who knows?
I reported him too.
Oh yeah, I reported
And-
every single one of them. Did I tell you about the DM that I got afterwards?
I didn't know you got a DM.
Yeah, I got a DM from the guy that we were like initially making fun of for being a Nazi, you know, as you do, because it's a Nazi. Fuck the Nazis. But
Yeah, of course.
this dude DM'd me and he goes, "Hello, Nick," and it's just like a picture of a hand and it just says "We know." Like, all right, what do you know? Like, great, man, you doxed me already. What the fuck? What else are you gonna find out about me, bro? You know my name. You know what I look like. You probably know where I live. Whatever.
I find it slightly funny because they were originally talking about edgy hours being like responding. I'm not the one that's gonna fucking DM someone with a Dark Brotherhood. We know.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
like come
it's
on,
just
dude.
it's such a random thing to have happen, bro. Like what are we doing, you know? What's even the point, man? So anyways, both of us collectively did decide that we are going to stop using Twitter, and naturally the next day I made us a Space Couch Twitter account, so go follow that. Space Couch Co.
Yeah, go follow.
We're never going to use it. I've posted 3 tweets on it. That's it. That's all it's probably ever going to get. So, whatever.
Yeah, that's all you're gonna get. Don't expect me to keep up with it either.
No. You can follow it. You can like the 3 tweets. That's all you're going to get.
We appreciate this. We appreciate the support.
Yes, thank you very much.
We're not gonna know on Twitter.
We're not gonna. No, we're not gonna at all. I would like to say though, right off the bat, thank you for listening or watching, whatever you're doing for this this debut of the podcast. This was a very spur of the moment thing. Me and Brisky were sitting in BC talking, and I was like, "You just want to do a dry run, just see how it goes." And now we're here, and if it goes well enough, you're gonna be listening to this, and if not, you'll hear the next one instead. But I think no matter what, no matter how many dry runs we do, we should always just type like episode like whatever, like no matter what like say we do like 4 dry runs, we just upload the first ever official podcast from us, and it's just episode 4.
It's just episode 4.
Yeah, just fucking bro.
The video acts like that. We've been doing this for years.
Yeah. Yeah, just hey, welcome to the Space Couch Podcast 100 episode special, and it's our first upload.
Thank you to all our loyal fans. This one's for you, and
It's like
not even monetized.
It's like 6 minutes, you know, just nothing. Nothing.
No.
Oh man. Speaking of, I mean, it's not really nothing, but speaking of something else that we could actually talk about quick. At the time of recording this, it is May 18th, which means we are about 3 days out from the full release of Doom: The Dark Ages. And you have been, we were gonna, I mean, we are still gonna record it like for a video on this channel, but we were gonna save like most of the game for the playthrough, like for the video. And then I was at work yesterday or a couple days ago, whatever it was, and I was just on Discord and saw Brisky happen to get on to Doom: The Dark Ages. I was like, "So are you gonna just beat the game?" And he just responded and said, "It's calling to me like a Green Goblin mask."
Dude, no, like for real. I was like just scrolling through my games. So I'm like, okay, I was just like keep on playing Persona 5, whatever. I'll like scroll past it, and I swear I'm like whispers. I'm like, it's calling my name. Like, oh, he Brisky, get on the game, and it's like, no. Moral of the story is I caved in.
Yeah, that's fair. And you know what? I get it. I understand. From everybody I've talked to about this game, they've said it is, I mean, it might just be recency bias, but I have heard from a lot of people that it is like their favorite of the reboot like trilogy so far.
I even saw one of our buddies playing it. That doesn't even, like, the last time he played a Doom game was 2016.
Which one was that? Who was that?
That was Mason.
Oh, for privacy reasons, I will cut out his name.
Yeah, I was trying not to say his name.
Yeah, no, I'll cut it out. I was just like really curious who it was.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so.
But no, it's a great time. It tickles my brain. There's another, it's like, Brisky, you know you want to play Doom. do.
I mean,
I do want to play Doom.
it is pretty cool.
It actually kind of wants me to fucking play the older ones too.
That's crazy. Like the new trilogy old ones, or like 90s Doom?
Well, maybe in the 90s, maybe in the 90s ones too. But I was thinking of going back to like 2016 Eternal, even Doom 3, because that's actually the one that started funny, right?
Yeah.
I started with the worst one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's almost as funny as me starting with a certain Gears of War game in 2010 or 11. I don't know. When did Judgment come out? I don't even remember.
I don't know.
It
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
care. It was Judgment.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit, bro. It's Gears of War Judgment. Be like, yo, what if we just took all the lore that you guys know and love so far and just spit on it, bro? What if we just spit on it?
What if we took all the aspects of what make Gears 3 great and then shit on it?
Did Judgment come out after?
Yes.
Oh, maybe that wasn't my first. No, my first one would have been Gears 2 then. I was wrong.
We don't diss Gears 2 in this household.
No, I was actually talking to some people about this the other day. The mid 2000s to like, actually, you know, I'm going to say like the 2000s to like 2018 was such a fire time to be a sequel to a beloved game. I mean, we had Gears 2, obviously. We had Portal 2, Half-Life 2.
Wow.
Left 4 Dead 2, Borderlands 2 if you're into Borderlands. I never really got into it. Assassin's Creed 2, which is better than the first game, so you know what it is. God, what else? Modern Warfare 2, I suppose, is on that list as well. And I can't skimp out on my goat here and say Red Dead Redemption 2. I have. That's the reason I ended that list at 2018, by the way. I was like, yeah, I need to throw Red Dead 2 in here somewhere. Although I guess technically it is the third game in the Red Dead franchise. So. What did I forget?
Oh, no, never mind. That came out way... Oh, you said 2000s era, right?
Yeah, like 2000 to like 2018, 2015,
yeah,
2018.
You forgot about Halo.
Oh yeah, you know, that's the reason I specifically went from like mid 2000s to early 2000s, by the way. I guess Halo 2 is technically a mid 2000s game, but for me the mid 2000s is like 2005 on. 2004.
Well, it came out 2004, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I would say like, I guess we could consider that the mid 2000s. Oh, and the GOAT Mass Effect 2, of course.
Very true.
Phenomenal.
That one is my favorite one.
That is a good one. Now, speaking of games, I think, because I'm going to be honest, I'm thinking I'm going to upload this video before we do get a gaming video up, just to get people used to it, you know? I think
let's get something out.
I think now is a good time to run down the list of like games that we have written down that we would want to make a video on, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So obviously, like our first thought when he pitched this idea to me for Space Couch, because this whole thing was Brisky's operation, I was just on board with it, and I'm very excited about it. I think it might have been the first, maybe the second game that you said was obviously Doom: The Dark Ages. You want to make a video on that? That's going to be our first actual gaming video. We're very excited about that one.
Yeah.
We're literally planning on recording this like tomorrow, so it's going to be good.
Be prepared for that one. Yeah.
That one is probably going to take a while to edit.
Just a little bit.
But that's fine. It's all good. Then obviously we wrote down Expedition 33 because that's a game that both of us really wanted to check out.
I played a little bit of it. It's actually pretty fucking fun.
Every single person I've talked to has said that it is like top 5 game of all time, which is fucking crazy.
It's a beautiful game, and I also love the sound. So
yeah, the only reason I haven't listened to the soundtrack yet is because somebody warned me that the soundtrack has a lot of spoilers, which is weird because I've never heard that before. Like I've seen I've heard like. Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say they probably tell some of the story with the music.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm that far into it to really oh, excuse me.
I gotta cut that.
Really have an opinion on it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, whatever, you know. I mean, I have to play through it on my own and then play through it for a video on this channel. So we'll see what happens, you know.
Right.
But other games we got on the list, Persona 3 Reload, which I'm going to play, and then Persona 5, which you're going to play. That's going to be a good time. Both of us just love Persona. So, I mean,
maybe we'll play 4.
Well, I don't know about that one. We should play Tactica. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck no.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even do that shit as a joke, bro. They could pay us $1 billion and I would actually play because $1 billion is a lot, but still.
Yeah, $1 billion is a lot of money.
Any less than that, fuck no. Gears of War, I think we're just...
That was the first idea.
That was the first idea. But we're gonna wait on that one until, what is like the super definitive remaster comes out.
Yeah, when the Reloaded comes out.
Yeah, kind of hype that that's happening, by the way. Like, I know, like, you and I mean, we've both been very primarily Xbox players our whole life, but it is really cool to me that we are going to finally be able to experience that as a whole, like, together, like, between both sides of the consoles.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm excited about that.
They remastered too, but I'll Take Reloaded,
I
and
feel
E-Day.
like it's in the pipeline. I hope it's in the pipeline anyways. I feel like this remaster is just kind of like a thing to hold people over on both consoles until E-Day comes out.
Right, yeah, that's probably what it is.
Which I'm excited about, by the way. E-Day, I mean, I'm a little sad that we don't get to follow up Gears 5. Because Gears 5, I was kind of towards the end of the game getting invested in the story. I was like, I kind of want to know what happens next. And they're like, fuck it, prequel time. Which I get, I guess.
Well, they did state that they aren't dropping the Kate storyline. They're going to continue it.
Oh.
It's just they're going to focus on E-Day and what E-Day is supposed to be about.
Yeah, that's fair. I do like the idea of E-Day.
Yeah, it explains why the Coalition's been nothing but silent before the trailer of E-Day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, these guys.
Yeah, right. we have a good list. I don't want to spoil every game that we're gonna play, but it's kind of just like, honestly, right off the bat, it's just kind of games that we both like, and then from there we'll just do whatever comes to mind. I know we're not supposed to do variety on YouTube, but like, I don't care. This is a channel for fun for both of us.
I was gonna say too, and it's like the whole point of the channel too is like it's just two guys just like kind of like goofing around on a
jerking
game.
off.
Yeah, jorking it on the game.
Yeah, bro. We'd be sitting on a couch just jorking it. We'd be jorking it in space.
Doing it in space. And it's like I was gonna say for a premise like that, it's hard to just kind of like sit on one game.
Yeah, it really is.
Because it's like no one wants to watch us for how we're gonna do it. It's gonna get boring if people just see one game.
Yeah, I do think it would be really funny at some point in time, just like to randomly upload a zombies video on this channel of me just like doing an Easter egg while we're just chatting. I don't know why, that just seems like it would be really funny to me.
just the random like but obviously it would have to be us two though.
Yeah.
And then whoever else wants to join in.
Yeah. Right now it's just gonna be us two, but I think down the line, like, I got people in the YouTube sphere that I would like. I mean, I could invite them to see if they would want to do like, if not a video on like the gaming side of it, just like a pod episode or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shocking. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just about to say I was down for it too. It makes sense for us to get guests down the road.
Yeah, I mean, the one that I'm like, I guess probably would make the most sense right now is Renzaru, because this motherfucker, we have in my server, in the Nockles and Friends server, we have a Space Couch Videos section where we just write down games that we want to play. And this dude has come in twice and just been like, yo, you should play Buckshot Roulette and also Red Dead 2. And then our buddy Braden came in and said, play My Femboy Roommate. And I said, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. See, I love reading that because it's just like, it's just cool to see that there's hype. It's a lot of hype.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
It's a lot of fun. I'm excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's also just kind of like, and we were just talking about this before we started recording this. Like, I love doing the zombie stuff on my personal channel, but like I told you, and I'm okay saying it now on this podcast here, I am getting a little bit burned out of just only playing zombies, because like I go to work, because I obviously, like, I'm not monetized, I don't make money off of YouTube or anything like that, so I don't make a living off of that. I go work a 9 to 5, I come home, I record, I edit, I go to bed, I wake up, go to work, come home, edit, finish the video, start recording again, and then repeat that cycle over and over again. So for like the last 2.5, probably 3 months, I have exclusively been playing zombies.
Just nothing but con.
Yeah, like, like I've had no time to play anything else. I played a little bit of Schedule 1 with SBP, and that's really it. Like, we played some of that H2M today, that Modern Warfare 2 remastered client that I was telling you about.
Right,
like,
yeah, which looked really nice, by the way.
Yeah, I would like to make a video on that at some point, but we'll keep that one in the back of our mind's palace for now. That is not going to be a right away kind of thing.
I add that to the list.
Yeah, fuck it, bro. We ball. But no, it's like this whole channel, like, it just Brisky, like, really, like, he was like, so this is just like, this came at like a good time. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it really did, because like not that I don't want to upload zombies anymore, like, I'm still going to do that on my main channel. That's what I'm going to do. And like most things, like, I just need to find a creative outlet for it. So like right now for like my main channel and stuff, like, obviously I just do like the gameplay videos and stuff, but I've also been writing like a review for World at War Zombies, and I'm going to do that because that's like my creative outlet, so I don't get burned out really fast. And this is like also helping, because obviously scripting a review, getting footage, recording, editing it, like all that stuff, that's going to take a little bit. So this is like the best way that I could possibly have like a creative outlet outside of zombies. And I get to hang out with Brisky more because like we're both grown ass adults, bro. We got full-time jobs, we got schedules that we got to stay on to. Like, we do not hang out as much as we did when we were in high school.
Yeah,
so
no.
it's kind of a nice way to do that as well. Overall,
yeah.
outside of the sentimental sappiness here, I am really excited about this. I am very grateful that you pitched this to me, and
It's just,
I'm excited about what's coming with it. You know, I hope that it goes well.
that's just I find it very funny how you're probably just thinking like, man, I wish I could like figure out a way to do other things outside of COD content. It's just like, allow me to introduce myself. I have a proposition, just out of the fucking blue.
Yeah, bro. Brother pulled up and he was like, "Yo, check this out, Mercy GIF, Overwatch style," just like, oh, like, hey, how's it going?
It's like it's like your prayer has been heard.
Right? Like, it's just like, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a good time though. I am excited about this. So I guess one of the things I should also mention as well is that like if anybody listening to this has any ideas for games that you'd like to see, good or bad, drop it. Let it down below. We'll consider it.
Let's say excuse me. I was supposed to say too, it doesn't have to be good games either.
It can be whatever you want. Like it could be like the shittiest game known to man. We'll check it out. If it'll make for a good video, it'll make for a good video. Sorry if you just heard me crack open that I'm sorry, this isn't even an A&W, this mug root beer.
A&W. I don't know why I put when you say A&W, my first thought was A1 sauce.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I'll be honest. Like
Hey,
if I was talking about
with
something
A.
besides a drink, like I would get it. But like I'm talking about like a mug root beer, and I also said A&W root beer, and if it wasn't like a soda, and you thought of like, oh, A1 sauce, yeah, I would get it. But no, this is also a food like product, so I'm a little confused by that.
I just listen. I heard the A, and my mind went straight to A1 sauce. Okay,
Fair enough.
I didn't. It switched back to soda. Then when you said a root beer, okay, listen.
Do you ever think about like how like obviously A1 makes a lot of money like as a steak sauce. You ever think about how much money that dude who came up with the name probably made? He was like, guys, he just like looked at his keyboard. He's like, or like an alphabet on something, and he was like, A, first letter of the alphabet, 1, first number of the number bet. Let's go. That's our sauce. A1. Let's go.
Yeah, well, yeah, it has to be the #1 steak sauce. The first letter of the alphabet, the first number, A1.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, I can't think of any other steak sauce out there, so they won. They did it. They really cornered that whole market.
I also love it when people are like, a good steak doesn't need steak sauce, right? And you're not wrong. A good steak doesn't need sauce. I just really like steak sauce.
Quote my
So, guess
father
what?
here, in the wise words of my father, who I will not name, you don't need A1 sauce to make a steak good, but you also don't need running shoes to run a marathon, but it sure as fuck helps.
Sure as fuck helps. Yeah. It's just.
I mean, and he's right.
I like steak sauce.
Like, I don't get why people like are so like judgmental about what you put on a fucking steak, bro. Like it's just food in general.
Well,
I don't get that.
I mean, I feel like people will be very judgmental if I start pouring like blood on my steak.
There's blood coming out of the steak if you fucking cook it like a real man.
I mean, yeah, but I think they wouldn't be questioning why my steak is bleeding, and then be questioning why do you got a bag full of blood.
That's a good point, I suppose. Okay, I mean like regular condiments, bro. Like if you like something, I get it, bro. I understand. Like, listen, bro, I go to Subway, all right? I don't know what you get from Subway, despite the fact that we have been to Subway together several times. I'm gonna be real, dog. Well, you know what? Let's start it this way. You spit your Subway order at me right now. Tell me what you get.
Well, see, the issue is that I always mix and match because I always like getting different things at restaurants or places.
Understandable.
So there are times, yeah, I guess I could tell you my like one that I usually go to when I create one.
Yeah, I suppose like your most
usually
frequently ordered, I suppose, rather than like your mainstay. Like I'm like borderline confirmed autistic, and I don't like change, so I always get the same thing when I go to restaurants.
Right, I just like food.
Yeah.
Like I just like eating food, so I like trying different things.
He does. And before you get into this, I want to tell a quick story, just a little one. You'll know this one. It involves a Little Caesars pizza.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when we were in high school, around our junior year, I think, which would have made us like 16 or 17 years old. This man, we both had lunch, and then we had choir right afterwards. And he pulls up the choir class and he's like, yo, you guys want some pizza? And we were all like, yeah, that sounds awesome. So we all had some pizza. And then later down the line, I think probably the end of the day, maybe the next day, next morning type shit or something like that, this man comes up to me and he's like, I got to tell you something. I grabbed that pizza off the top of a garbage can and I brought it to you. It's like, what do you mean? He was like, it was untouched. There were breadsticks, there were pizza, nothing was touched on it, so I grabbed it.
Yeah.
And like in hindsight, like thinking about it now, that was somebody definitely just set that there while they went to go do something quick, and you just stole their fucking lunch. Like you just robbed somebody.
Okay, no, listen. So what happened was, no, it was before choir. I remember this vividly. We were going to choir. It was right after lunch. Nobody was in the fucking common. Not a single goddamn person. It was at like that point.
And for context, by the
like
way, the Commons was our lunchroom in high school.
Oh yeah. So like the lunchroom, but I think I was coming back from the bathroom, and it was just there. It was just sitting on top. It wasn't like in the garbage on top, and it was like a full pizza and a full bag of crisps. And my first thought was, well, they set it on top of it. They clearly don't want it.
And you know what?
This is just,
that is a valid mindset. I gotta be
this
honest.
is just
Like,
a waste of food.
it is just a waste of food for it to just sit there and not be eaten.
Like literally, there wasn't like it wasn't like a slice was gone untouched. So yeah, someone could have just set it down and went to go do something. But why would they put it on top? Yeah, there were fucking tables everywhere.
That is a good point. You're right about that, because it's not.
I
like,
am just
so like I said, the Commons was our lunchroom, but it was also like where you like that was the first place you ended up in when you walked in the front door of our school. So like when lunch was done, they would fold up the tables and move them away down a hallway, and the tables were not folded up and put down the hallway yet. So like you have a point there. If someone wanted it, they would have put it on a table. I understand this mindset here. I get it. I agree. You're right.
I'm just a little scavenger, all right? I saw
I
saw a pepperoni pizza and fucking Little Caesar's Crazy Bread untouched. Nobody around. I said, "Fuck it. You snooze, you lose. This shit's mine now."
And he shared it with us, and it was actually quite good. Like it was like borderline fresh made.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It was just fucking rotted away right there. Fucking, I was being a Samaritan, a good Samaritan.
Yeah, you were.
I wasn't wasting food, even fed.
God damn it.
I just did not buy it.
Yeah, that's fair. Crazy too is like all of us when we were in high school, we were like, I mean, you still are to an extent, not even to an extent. You just are. When we were in high school, all of us could just like down like 4 pounds of food at lunch and just be like, all right, let's go to work, bro. Let's get some shit done. And then like 2 hours later, because we had lunch 2 hours before the school day ended, we would go and get more food. We were all fucking voids back then, bro. I'm not anymore. Brisky still is. This dude is like, you can still put back some fucking food and it does not show on you at all.
Ha, that's my high metabolism for you.
Yeah,
I'm a bottomless pit still.
Valid. I wish I had high metabolism. Actually, no, I don't. I've heard from a lot of people that have it that it's actually not as nice as it sounds from an outsider perspective.
I mean, like, there's the acid problem.
Yeah.
So that, and then, hungry all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. Good times. Anyways, since that tangent is over, we were talking about what you order at Subway, and this is a conversation that started because we were talking about sauces on food that people judge people for, and I wanted to hear your order before I tell you mine, because I will get judged for my order at Subway and what I put on my sub. So I'm curious what you get.
All right, fair. All right, so mine's usually like I take a footlong on whole wheat. I put like just ham, American cheese, or really any type. Usually just American. I toast it. Then I put spinach, pickles, mayo, and then salt and pepper.
A very commendable sub. Would you like to know what I get from Subway?
What?
I get a foot-long meatball sub on Italian herbs and cheese. Toasted, obviously.
Of course.
If I'm feeling it, I'll get pepperoni and bacon on it. Pepperoni on it because of Fazoli's. Fazoli's introduced me to pepperoni on pizza. Or not, on a meatball sub, and it's fucking fantastic. But I also obviously get extra American cheese because I love the American cheese from Subway. I get no vegetables at all. I get mayo, sweet onion, and barbecue. And those are my 3 sauces of choice. It is a lot of sauces. When I was younger, I used to get a fucking secret 4th sauce, bro. I'd get the hot sauce on that shit too.
What's 4th sauce?
Yeah, bro. It was my mystery mousecatool.
No.
But hey, you know what? I know I said I don't
It's
judge
too
people
nothing.
for their food and what they get, right? But like, obviously, my family still like we'll have Subway for dinner some nights when everybody's just kind of like, fuck it, I don't feel like cooking, you know?
Right.
My sister, who again I won't name, will unironically get white bread, 6-inch white bread, all right, American cheese. You with me so far?
Yeah. Okay.
And mayo.
That's it.
That's the whole sub. That's what she gets every time.
Wait. So she just wants a cheese sandwich,
Yeah.
not even toasted.
No, she toasts it.
Oh, okay.
But like at a certain point in time, you just gotta save yourself the $4 and just fucking make it at home, you know?
Yeah. It's
Like
like
that's just like a grilled cheese with mayo.
I would even say, yeah, like just make it's not that
No, it's
Grilled
really
cheese.
not that hard to make that.
grilled.
I get it, you know.
cheese.
Sometimes you don't feel like cooking, but like
Make
come
me
on.
a grilled
My sister.
cheese.
Now my younger sister, who you know,
Yes.
that the older one is the one that gets that. The younger one, she gets a meatball sub like I do with American cheese, and I think she also gets mayo, and that's it. But she doesn't like beef, so like halfway through the sub, she just dumps the meatballs onto my plate.
You're gonna have to take the meatballs off.
Well, it's Subway. You can just get the sandwich however the fuck you want. You don't have to ask them to
Yeah.
make a meatball sub hold the meatballs. Like,
Yeah, true.
I
It's like-
just-
it's like- for-
at a certain point, like you just gotta start making the shit at home, man. Like,
Like it would have been so much more cheaper and probably better.
yeah, it would have tasted a lot better. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just not a big fan of Subway recently. You know, I understand like, haha, you know that old meme where it's like, my brother in Christ, you made the sandwich. You know that one.
Yeah.
Like
you
I
made-
understand it, but like it's not that the sandwich itself is bad because of how I made it. It's bad because of the ingredients that they
That's what everybody
like put on it.
That's what all those stairs say.
Like it sounds weird, but like I think it's just like what the ingredients are made of. Like the only thing I really truly enjoy from Subway anymore is the Italian herbs and cheese bread, which is just great. I'm an everything bagel kind of guy, you know.
Bag of.
Yeah, and I also love the American cheese, obviously. Now here's
Right.
something actually quick before we get off the topic of food, because we've been talking about food for like 25 minutes.
Yeah. we have it.
Have you gone to Culver's recently?
No, I have not. What are
Okay.
they doing?
They have a pub burger now that comes.
Hot burger.
Yes, it is like an everything bun.
Bun?
No, it's different kind of bun. It's like a regular bun, but it's got like cheese melted on it and like the sesame seeds and all that stuff. But it's like kind of like an everything bagel, but on a bun.
Right.
And it's got the two patties, but they're thicker than usual, and it comes with like the sautéed onions on it, and it's got some sauce on it that's like it's kind of like it's got like a kick to it. It's not spicy, it's not zesty, you know, nothing like that, but it's just
Yeah,
got
not
like
like
a
too
little
spicy.
yeah, it's kind of got like a little bit of a bite to it. It's kind of like I think it's Thousand Island sauce, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Mm.
But either way, it is so fucking good, and you should try it next time you go there.
I went to a Panera with
Sorry.
my folks the other day. Sorry, I was on. But yeah, I
Oh,
went to
you're good.
Panera and I found out that they do bread bowls with their soup,
Yeah,
which is wild. Which is wild too. I didn't get it because I also wanted a sandwich, and apparently those bread bowls are fucking massive.
yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, I want a sandwich, so maybe I should get the bread bowl. Next time I might get the.
See, whenever I
drink
go
the
there,
soup and eat it.
you could just drink the soup and then take a bite out of your bowl.
Yeah, take a nice big bite.
Yeah. You could also do that at home, but the blood, I feel like there's too much to clean up, you know?
See, that's why I'd rather do it in public,
Right.
because then people look at me.
You ever
weirdly.
watch the Hot Ones interview with Steve-O?
Yeah, I have.
Where he fucking just like at the end, he's just like, God, this shit's so spicy. And just slams a fucking plate over his head. that shit was so fucking funny.
I can see that.
I was watching that shit on my break at work when that video like first came out. This was like right after we moved into the apartment, I think. So I was still working at nondescript place, you know, like the factory.
Yeah,
So I
that place.
Yeah. So I had you don't know where that is, do you? You have no clue.
Me? No.
Now, here's an
Of course
interesting
I
fun
don't.
fact for you, viewer. I have worked an unreasonably high amount of jobs in my lifetime. The last job that I worked at before the one I'm at now, which Brisky also worked at, that is the longest I've ever stayed at a job. I was there for a year and a half. Now keep in mind, I'm going to be 24 in a couple of weeks, right? I have been working since I was 15, so 9 years. In 9 years, the longest I've stayed at a job was a year and a half. That's not very good.
Some jobs are just fucking ass, though.
No, you're right. Sometimes jobs just suck. Like our last job that we both had.
That job was something else.
Yeah.
It was definitely a job of all time. That was for sure.
I'm going to send this video once it's up, this podcast episode to one of our old coworkers. Just be like, hey, skip to this time to hear us talk about something funny.
How awful that place was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Miserable place. I'm not going to stay on it too long, but sorry. Like, I need to say it real quick because every time it comes up, I just feel like pent up anger that I need to pull out, you know? Dude, that is the only job I have ever worked at where I have done more than what was asked of me, like way beyond what was asked of me, and that I have been threatened to be fired because of it. It is a baffling thing to me. Let's see, like, I did obviously, like, the job I got hired for. I covered for our coworker when he left. I would cover for you when you went home. Which, like, I understand that now, because the job sucks. I get it, bro. I'd cover for the guy who works. I don't know what I can say without giving away details. I'm gonna just mute my mic on Discord, like on the stream real quick, and just say it, right? So you know what's up. I would cover for when he went on his break and stuff sometimes. I would cover for when he went to go pick up his kid.
Okay, yeah.
I'd cover for you when you'd leave. I would do my regular job, and I would stay at the end of the night and help out with you, like help you guys out, right?
You weren't even asked to do that either.
No, that's a minimum like 4 more things that I did not need to do that I did. Not to mention after you left, I would cover a lot, like more than I covered for you. I would cover, and like it was rough.
Well, it just sucked because everyone else at that point just started hating the job. At least that's what I've heard.
Yeah. Well, again, I have to mute the names here, but according to our wonderful coworker, is just a full-blown alcoholic now.
I don't blame him. I was.
Well, I mean, it's not even the job's fault, and again, I have to mute myself because I don't want to like detail his life, but
right.
Yeah, so that's why he's an alcoholic now. And I'd like to say, by the way, I texted last night and I was like, I sent him a picture of our one buddy that works with me still that I stole from that job. And I was like, hey man, are you still an alcoholic? He responded to me a picture of him sitting in a bar with an empty beer bottle. So I'm going to take that as a yes. And then he said, not as much as that one guy that we were just talking about. He was just at the bar with me and holy shit. So for him to be saying that, because he's also a full-blown alcoholic, yikes. That's a rough time. They're also talking about firing the machine, by the way.
The machine, yeah.
We'll just call him the machine.
Yeah.
He missed some days naturally because of what he's going through right now. I think that's a pretty valid excuse to not come into work, if you ask me. And he ran out of points. And one of the guys in HR was like, we gotta fire him. Yeah,
because that's a great idea.
Fucking genius idea, bro. You know how many people they've lost since I left? They lost one that came with me, 2 new hires that, oh god, what was his name?
Yeah, they're very stiff.
Yeah, him. He was supposed to train them, the 2 new hires, and he showed up, the start time at that job was, as you know, 11 a.m.
Right, yeah.
And the guy who was supposed to train the 2 new guys, who you know as well, he didn't show up until 1:30 apparently. No excuse or nothing. So the new guys just sat there in the break room for 2.5 hours.
Oh my
so
lord.
They both walked out by 3 o'clock, according to the machine. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they stayed that long.
Yeah, I would have left within the first hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have been gone, and I at least probably would have said something, and then if nothing happened soon, then that's.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, by the way, this is that guy that was supposed to train them, who, again, you know who he is.
Yeah.
He was assigned to be the designated trainer for new hires because me and the guy who I stole and brought to my new job with me, we'll just call him Joe, okay, for convenience' sake.
Just call him Joe, yeah.
We'll call him Craig, right? Just for, again, convenience' sake. Craig was assigned to be the designated trainer for new hires because me and Joe were apparently so bad at it that they got upset with us and decided that Craig needed to be the guy. And Craig decided to show up an hour and a half late.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get the dude that excuse me, that's just not even gonna show up for work. Like,
now, keep in mind, by the way, they said that I did. I'm sorry. This is the last thing I'm going to say about this job. This is a weird way to start a podcast. Keep in mind, by the way, they blamed me for one of the other new hires walking out. But here's the thing. I was the last person to train him of fucking 5 people in one day.
How do you go through 5 trainers in one day?
Because they're stupid there. Awful company to work for. I will never go back.
They won't even let me.
Yeah.
They could have got me back and had extra help. Nope.
Yeah, let's be real though. I don't think either of us would have lasted much longer if you did come back. Like it would have been. I probably would have stayed a bit longer than I did, but no, I don't think either of us would have been there very long. But anyways, enough about that. I just ranted about that shit for like 15 straight minutes. My apologies.
I mean, that place sacked.
It really
Fuck
did.
that place.
Fuck that place, for real. Honest to God, if I wasn't there for a year and a half, I would take it off of my resumes. I'll be real. I would, but I can't. So it is what it is.
I feel that way because I've been there for 2 years. So
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, I would just extend out your your resume to say that you just quit there. just like take the last place you worked at or where you're at now, whatever it is, and then just be like, no, I'm good.
no, I'm good.
Anyways, so I had one thing that I came into this recording session with that I wanted to talk about today, and it's a story.
Oh, we're now getting to that.
Yeah, I mean we are rapidly approaching the hour of recording right now, so I feel like we should probably round it out here soon.
Tis upon the hour.
It is. So, this is a story of a buddy that me and Brisky both have. Mutual friend of ours. Okay. He is a great guy. For, again, just for the sake of privacy, we're going to call him, what should we call him? Walt? How about Walt? Does that sound good?
yeah, Walt's the good one, yeah.
Walt. Like Walter White.
Walt.
So anyways, Walt and myself attended a concert in the summer of 2023, and it was a great time. It was a concert, it was a festival. So it started at like 1 p.m. and didn't end until like 11:30 p.m., something like that. We show up to this place about 4:30 at night, 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon, right? And there were some bars around the area that he decided we should go to. Walt says, "Hey man, let's go to the bars." I was like, "All right, we got some time, why not?" So we sat there and we watched. What?
Sorry, don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to point out that our buddy Walt is a great party man.
He is. He's a party monster.
He is a party monster. I feel like that is a very important thing to add into this story.
It is. He drinks probably just slightly more than I did when I was in my full-blown alcoholic stage, but in like a good way. He's not doing it every day like I was, so he gets a pass. Yeah, he can't control himself. I can't, which is why I don't drink anymore.
Very good.
But so Walt and we end up at this bar that he wanted to go to. He's like, "Hey, they got a ball game on." Now, I mean, let's be honest here. All right. Like, people know where I live. We're both from Wisconsin. Okay.
I mean, I live in his walls.
That too. Weird, because they're made of concrete. So how are you breathing?
I have my ways. But
is that why there's these random straws sticking out of my wall?
No.
Anyway. But anyways, the Brewers were playing. That's our team. That's who we root for. Go Brewers. They always suck, but go Brewers. All right, just a little side quest on this story here. Did you hear that the fucking Bucks are talking about trading Giannis, our star player?
Yeah, because that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a fucking brilliant idea. Let's go give the fucking Celtics their 97th win. Fuck it. Anyways, so we're at this bar. We get some lunch. We're watching the Brewer game. Brewer game ends. We decide that we're gonna walk into the venue and then like just get ready for the concert. On the way, there's about 4 more bars that we could hit before we get to the venue. Well, Walt decides that he's going to go hit the venue. Like, he's going to go ahead and just go to one of the bars. So I was like, all right, I need to go to my car. I need to close the windows because I left the windows open and we were in a weird part of town. So right. I went and closed my windows. So I come back. Oh, well, first of all, before I left, I told Walt, I said, dude, don't leave this bar. I need to be able to find you. Do not leave the bar. I'm gone about 20 minutes. I come back, I go down to this bar because this bar was really weird. It had an upstairs bar and a downstairs bar. Two separate bars. Never seen that before.
Yeah,
really
I know what
weird.
you're talking about. I've been to like that. Yeah, the Dells has places like that.
Oh, yeah. I've never been to the bars in the Dells because I haven't been to the Dells since...
There's an arcade bar there.
I think the last time I went to the Dells was with you when we went to the Kalahari.
I went with Mitchell.
I'm going to have to cut that one.
Yeah. I mean...
Brisky, you went to the Kalahari with Walt, which was pretty cool. Got blackout drunk, Walt, dancing video.
The dance video that nobody's ever going to witness again.
I wish I could. That video was amazing. It was a good video.
Sorry, Walt.
I'd like to point out, by the way, that Walt, he tells me, because I have a problem with people throwing up. It'll make me throw up.
Yeah.
And Walt goes, "Hey man, just so you know, you should be glad you didn't come to the Dells with us because Brisky at about 4 a.m. woke up and the walls apparently at this hotel they were at or wherever didn't like fully go up to the ceiling, so you could hear everything really, really well." And Walt tells me, he goes, "Yeah, you wouldn't have liked it because about 4:30 in the morning, Brisky wakes up and he goes, 'I gotta piss,' and you said it really loudly apparently, and then you got into the bathroom and then just immediately started projectile vomiting as loud as you possibly could." Which, like, kind of based, kind of funny, but I don't think I've only seen you drunk that once in my life, and it was when you the drunk, sorry, I keep like diverging into different stories here, but like just really quick, the drunk, that's not, I mean, that's probably the drunkest I've ever heard of you being, but the drunkest I've ever witnessed you being was the New Year's Eve party at my house, my parents' house.
That was also a great time.
We have a hallway in my house that leads to the bathroom, and Brisky had to puke, but we also had a gate up because we had a puppy at the time. We still have the dog. She's just not a puppy anymore. We didn't like kill her. She didn't die. She's still around. Anyways, she is a good dog. I love her. But he couldn't figure out this gate that we had to keep my dog out of the hallway, and he was so drunk.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Please say I was incredibly drunk because I was like blinking, and I was like, I'll blink, and then I will like appear in a different location.
No, that was one of the funniest nights I've ever witnessed with you because you were like fluid. You weren't even like a solid object. You would like liquefy behind somebody else like midway through a conversation. It's like, weren't you just standing next to me? And you're like, yeah. And then I'd like blink and you'd be liquefied in another spot. It's like, how are you moving this fast? It's weird. You like slipped through shit, bro. It was crazy. I reckon if you didn't throw up, you would have been like 2 or 3 beers away from the fucking the dancing. I reckon. Yeah. This was a funny night. This was a good night. But anyways, this hallway is blocked off. Brisky can't figure out the gate. He tries to open it. He tries to jump over it at one point, but can't. And he gets like, it's like you're kind of a shorter guy, so it's not like it's a regular size. I am a pretty short dude. Yeah. He got like to the point where one leg was over and one leg was still on the other side he was coming from, and he just repaints my hallway just with absolute like just stomach bile and innards and like liquor and pizza because we had Domino's that night.
think of a bit from Left 4 Dead, right?
Yeah.
You're like, there's a boom boy over here, then he vomits on you. It was like that.
Yeah, that shit was rough. It was also really funny though because my mom was out. It's my parents' house, so my mom was there. Brisky goes up to my mom and he goes, "Hey, I threw up in your hallway. I am so sorry." And he just I felt
so bad.
I know, bro. For like the next like 20 minutes while my mom and our other buddy cleaned it, because I can't do puke. Like I said, I would have thrown up. But our other buddy is cleaning it up, helping my mom because he wasn't drinking. And they're over there, and Brisky's just standing in front of the gate, just like cowering a little bit in the corner, like, "I am so sorry. I am so sorry."
Well, I tried to make it to the fan.
You did, and you know what? To be fair, it's really on me because I knew that nobody was going to be able to figure out that fucking gate, how to get it open. Sometimes I struggled with it when I was fucking sober. All right, like it was one of those.
I should have held back. I should have fucking kicked that shit down. I think everyone with I know. Yeah, I'm going to the bathroom to vomit.
Yeah, I think everybody would have understood. Now, to be fair to the gate situation as well, you could have run to my parents' bathroom. However, when you're that pissed drunk and you've only ever used my bathroom, you lock in on the one spot you know that you can make it to as best as you can.
I sometimes forget that they have a bathroom in there sober, so I doubt my drunk self will ever figure it out.
Now, okay, like
there's a bathroom over there.
We have 3 bathrooms in my parents' house, right? The one that me and my sisters use on our side of the house, there's one in my parents' room, and then there's one downstairs. None of us ever use my parents' bathroom because you have to go through their bedroom to get to it. Nobody likes to go in their bedroom. Understandable. It's their private area. Yeah, the ghosts of the sexual relations are still haunting that area. I don't know why my brain just went there. Sorry. Sorry. I just one more story after I'm done with this, but I think I just thought of a name for the podcast as well. No, it's not anything to do with sex. Just calling it one more story because I just keep telling more stories.
Just one more. You know what? That's a good name. Just one more podcast. The whole premise of the podcast is that we have one topic,
and then it just spirals.
The whole point of our podcast is see if we ever finish our main topic before the end of the podcast.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That is a good one. You know what? See what big braining up in this is a great video.
This is awesome. Anyways,
to it all.
So we have, like, as I was saying, like my parents' bedroom, bathroom, my bathroom, which everybody defaults to, which had the gate in front of it, and then one bathroom in our basement. Now, your options as a drunk man. Again, I know these options very well because I was an alcoholic. 1, go to the one bathroom you know that you can get to and know where it is, and even when you're drunk, you know where that toilet is. All right. 2, rush to my parents' bathroom, never having been in there, and just try try to figure out which of the 3 porcelain lined things in that bathroom is the toilet. Or 3, look at the stairs and just fucking PhD flopper Kino der Toten style down that shit because you're blackout drunk and then die.
I was gonna say, I should have just tried to ragdoll down the stairs.
Just like, whoops, just throw yourself down the stairs.
It's like, no, you see me liquefy to the like step of the top of the stairs. It's like, basically, what are you doing? You just ragdoll, like,
You just fucking,
I have pissed.
you just pull up the stairs like a teleportation shot. You're just wow.
Wow.
You just jump, no words. You just teleport facing the stairwell. You're like, interesting.
You want to fast travel to the bathroom.
You're like trying to, like you were trying to fast travel to my parents' bathroom, but it's like you haven't explored this location yet, so you just started booking it to mine.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm on survival mode, dog. I can't fast travel.
Fuck, I don't have my map. I don't know how to get there.
Fuck, I don't have enough lockpick to open this gate.
So anyways, he made the right choice. Credit to him. He made the right choice there. But anyways, getting back to the original story.
Oh, we're finally here once again.
We are. After I got back from my car and got to the bar that I left Walt at, I went down to the bar. He was not in there. I said, hey, did you see this guy? Bartender said, yeah, he left 15 minutes ago. So he made it an astounding 5 minutes without me. I said, cool, how many drinks did he have? And she went 3. I was like, what did he have? She went rum and coke. I was like, okay. So 5 minutes, 3 rum and cokes. He's either on an adventure or just passed out in the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, not there. He's on an adventure. I go upstairs. I call him. Where are you? Walt says, hey man, I'm at the concert already. It's like, Walt, it's like a 2-mile walk to get there. What do you mean you're already there? He was like, actually, I lied. I'm right in front of this bar like 2 blocks down. I said, Walt, don't have another drink. We need to walk to the fucking concert yet, so don't do that. And he goes, got it. I get down there. It's a 2-block walk. Go into the bar because he wasn't outside. And wouldn't you know it, he's double fisting 2 beers. It's like, all right, we ball. Anyways, get to the concert, go into the venue. He grabs a couple of beers for the show. We get right up to the barricade, front and center. Slams both of the beers after saying, I'm going to make it through this show on these 2 beers. Immediately goes and buys 3 more. Slams 2 of them, slams half the 3rd one, then sets it down and does not touch it for the rest of the night. Leaves it there. Anyways. Show's done. He's plastered. I'm sober because I have to drive. All this stuff is going down.
Yeah.
My cousin Donnie, I call him. I called him before the show started. I said, hey man, the show's like 10, 15 bucks. If you want to come, you're welcome to. And he was like, nah, man, I can't. I got something to do. But if you want to hang out after the show, I'm down. And I went, okay, that works. So me and Walt, we get in the car. We're driving to Donnie's. On the way to my cousin's house, there happens to be a strip club. Walt immediately grabs my shoulder. I'm driving, by the way. Walt grabs my shoulder as hard as he can and goes, strip club, strip club, strip club, strip club. I was like, okay, fine. We'll stop in the strip club.
Really?
We get in the parking lot. He did. He says, I've never been there before. I've never been to any strip club before. I was like, okay, fine. We pull into the parking lot of a gas station, 24-hour gas station. And I go, you have any singles? And he goes, no. Goes to the ATM, pulls out $100, goes up to the cashier and he goes, I said, well, they should have singles at the strip club so that you can trade that 100 in for singles. He goes, great. And he walks up to the cashier at the gas station, sets his $100 on the counter and says, can I have this in singles? And I said, retard, not the right place. And he goes, what do you mean? The guy behind the counter is like confused. He's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Walt was fucking hammered, dude.
Walt, yeah.
Walt was fucking just sloshed at this point, bro.
Yeah.
So I get him to the strip club and I say, hey man, Donnie's waiting on us, bro. 10 minutes in and out. Just experience it. Watch one of the dancers. If you're really feeling it, I'm sure Donnie would understand if you got a lap dance, but I'm gonna really ask you not to do that. It was like midnight at this point, and Donnie was like, dude, we need to like get this hangout going or I'm gonna fall asleep. I was like, understandable. So anyways, we go into the strip club. Walt's got his $100. He gets it all in singles. He starts throwing money on the stage. Dancer sits down next to him, doing the regular shtick, you know, like trying to get him to do a private dance. She gets up because her seat was wet because I assumed that one of the males in the strip club ejaculated on it. And I go, I need to pee. She's going to try to get you to do a private dance. Remember, we got to go to Donnie's. Please do not take this dance. Just move back from the stage. Say, no, I'm good. I get back from taking a piss. He's standing over by the counter with the dancer. And for those of you who don't know how strip clubs work, there's a podium with a guy, security guard. He takes your information, not your information, like your credit card or cash or whatever, writes you on a list of what room you're going to and the stripper you're with to get it's a private dance. So I sit down. They have to walk from the other side of the club back towards me to get up to the private rooms, right? I went, damn it. And Walt goes, I think she got me. And the stripper leans down and she goes, I did get him. I was like, great. So whatever. If you get like the short dance, it's like 15 minutes. You get the long dance, it's a half hour. Half hour goes by. Walt's not out yet. Half hour goes by again. Does not come back out. Another hour goes by. Does not come back out. 10 more minutes go by. He comes out. He has to go to the bathroom. I go, Walt, what the fuck are you doing in there, man? What is going on in that? What is going on in that private room? He doesn't say a word. He walks. There's like 2 stairs to get up to this private room, right? And I'm sitting back from the stage because I was out of money at this point. I spent it all. Now, admittedly, I didn't go in there with like $1,000. I had like $50 left. Got a couple of drinks. Threw the rest of the money for the dancers, whatever, you know. And
Right, yeah.
so Walt gets up to these 2 stairs that you have to get to, and he just 1 foot on the first stair, sitting like fucking George Washington on the boat crossing the Delaware, you know, that pose. Turns to me, locks eyes, gives me a salute, and fucking books it back to the private room.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. No, I didn't have the heart to tell him this, but he did sprint. Like, I'm not even, like, he fully ran.
Bro booked it.
Yeah. So anyways, more time goes by and the strip club is closing. It is 3:30 in the morning. This strip club closes at 3:30 in the morning. The house lights come on. He's still in the back. I have $1 left to my name. I throw it on stage. The stripper puts her titties in my face. That was pretty awesome. But like, he's still back there. I go out to my fucking car at this point. I am in my car waiting for him. He finally rolls back out. He opens up my passenger door, gets about halfway in, then goes, hold on, gets back out, goes to the bushes, projectile vomits, gets back in my car and goes, all right, let's go. Let's go to Donnie's. I was like, dude, it is 3:30 in the morning. Donnie is fucking asleep. Get back to my house. I get him to sleep. Like, my bedroom was in the basement. There was the couch in our family room in the basement. Fuck, we'll cut that. Let me start that again. Walt is passed out on the fucking couch at this point in my basement. I am in my bedroom. I'm about ready to pass out, and I hear my phone ding. It's a text from Walt. Oh boy, what could this be? Open it up. Hey man, I threw up. Okay, that's fine. Where did you throw up? Did you at least make it to the bathroom? Because our bathroom is tile. He goes, yeah, I think I made it to the bathroom. And I went, oh, okay, I need to get up and check. So I get up, I shine my light in the bathroom. Wouldn't you know it, there is not a single bit of puke anywhere in that bathroom. I roll over towards the couch.
Hold on.
But anyways, he's sitting on the edge of the couch, head in his hands like a man who just got home from a long day of work. And he looks up at me and he goes, dude, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think I got off the couch. I think I was wrong, and I'm still a little afraid to shine my phone flashlight down at the carpet. Lo and behold, I do, and my gray carpet is painted red because he decided that it would be funny to get alcohol poisoning that night.
Yeah, he get
Yeah.
alcohol that night.
So I tell him, you know what? Just fucking go to bed. just go to fucking sleep. I was annoyed. I was in a bad mood at this point because I was really looking forward to going to hang out with Donnie. So I was kind of pissed off because it was about 4 in the morning at this point. I was just about to fall asleep when he texted me. It was just, it was the whole thing. Tell him, you know what, you can clean it. I specifically told him, I was like, you can clean it in the morning. I'm not gonna, you can. So I texted my sisters and I said, hey, one of you make sure that Bill gets all the shit he needs to clean up the puke off of our fucking carpet. Wake up the next day. Did I say his name again? Whatever. I'll find out when I'm editing this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyways. So Walt, he texts me before he leaves because every time he's at my house drinking or sleeps at my house after a night of drinking, I will wake up at about 9 a.m. and he will already be out the door. He'll be gone.
Yeah.
He does it like it's happened.
Wakes up at 7 in the morning.
He does. Now keep in mind again, he didn't fall asleep until about 4 a.m. and he definitely woke up at about 7:30 like he normally does and just went home. Probably still drunk. Whatever. Wake up. Yeah. Most of it's cleaned up. I finished cleaning it up. Me and Donnie hang out that day. Donnie watches me clean up a bunch of puke. Get a text from our buddy Walt the following day. He woke up he left and threw up in my house on a Sunday. So Monday he texts me. He goes, hey man, no more strip clubs. And I was like, there was an image attached to this text. I was like, what? So I click on it, expecting it to be like some of the most vile shit you've ever seen in your life, right?
Yeah, something.
Nope, just a screenshot of his bank account. My man spent like, I think it was $1,100 at the strip club in one go. We were there for 3 hours.
In one sitting.
Yeah. So I asked him, I says, how much did you drink in that private room? He goes, I don't know, man. They just kept giving me the rum and cokes. At a point, I couldn't even speak anymore. Just went, and they brought me more.
They brought me more.
It's like, all right, cool. Thanks for letting me know, Walt. So that's the story of our buddy Walt's one and only strip club experience. And that's the end of the podcast.
No, well, we talked for quite a while.
Yeah, we're at about an hour and a half. I reckon this will be about an hour once I cut it down. That's a pretty good start. Pretty good first episode there.
It is a pretty, I think so too.
I had a good time. Do you have a good time?
So I did. We even got a name.
Yeah, we did.
We figured out the name mid episode.
You know what they say. That's how you're going to round it out, huh?
Pepsi, bro.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. It does something.
I respect that. Anyways, that's the end. That's our first podcast experience. What did we call it? What are we calling it? Just another story or something like that?
Yeah,
just one more story. Something.
Just one more story. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks for watching the podcast that we named halfway through the first episode. That's it, man. That's our first one. I had a good time. You had a good time. We're gonna try to do this weekly. So you at least have some kind of content coming out while I fucking goon over the fucking edits of these videos. I don't know why I said that. Anyways,
thank you all for watching. Thank you for
watching and listening. Tell your folks I says hi, and tune in next week where we will teach you how to successfully, and I do mean successfully, change the oil in some random person's car in a Home Depot parking lot.